Hi guys, my name is Kiara, but here on this channel I go by Hobonichi. And today we're my baby, my pride and joy, my Hobonichi cousin. You know, look how chunky she's getting. I know you're like, what the heck is that? You'll have to wait till we get there. But today I figure we have some time. Let's go ahead and do a flip through because it's been a while. It's already August and I should have had June and July's flip through up. But you know what they say, better late than never, right? So let's go ahead and flip through the weekly first. Weekly what? The weekly section first. Let's go ahead and start in June. Where are we at? Okay, here. So this is the weekly section. Let me grab something to stick under this so it doesn't look so silly and you can see everything. There we go. Prop it up a little bit. All right, so this is June 2nd through the 8th. And if you're new here, hi, how are you? Each week, or I guess each month, I do like to follow a certain theme in my Hobonichi cousin. And this month's theme was like wild and free. So each week is going to reflect that. Sometimes it's going to be really easy to see the theme. Sometimes I'm reaching when I do a week, but the theme is always present no matter how minuscule it might be. So for this week, I decided to go with Brave. This is based off of, well, it is a Disney movie, but her mother turns into a bear. And the crazy thing is with the sticker book, I used the Disney Anthology sticker book for this. They don't have not one picture as her or of her mom as a bear. And I'm just like, what? That was like the whole premise of the movie, but it's whatever. I just used the pictures they had of her little baby brothers, and it's so cute. All these weekly sections, and I think my daily sections as well, they will have, what are those called? Plan with me's. There we go. I can think today. There are plan with me's. They are already loaded. So if you want to see how I set this up, if you're curious on that, you can always find those videos. But I really liked the mixture of orange and green. At first I was scared that there was too much orange, even though, Merida's hair is orange, or she's a redhead. But I don't know. I still feel like there's maybe a little bit too much orange, but I think it complements the green and balances it out. So I'm happy with it. I did my exercises up here, and then I had steps each day. I had boxes from the kit that I used, because I did use a kit as well from Sticker Guru. Yeah, from Sticker Guru for like the important things that week. And then I did like to-dos, and then I had little boxes for what I ate. Moving forward, we have June 9th through the 15th. And I really love this. This is from Live, Love, Posh. Live, Love, Go Wild. I think that's the sticker book it came from. And then these horse stickers, they were from a friend. She just knew that I liked stickers and she already had stickers, so she gave them to me. And I don't know when else I would use horse stickers. So I just decided to use them this week. And I do like how it came out. Pretty similar layout to what was done last week. I do love the colors here. I'm loving the purples and the oranges and the pinks. It's giving like sunset vibes. So the colors are eating. I do like the mix of black in there as well. Pops of black. I don't know. This is a very nice spread. I like this one as well. Moving forward, this was June 16th through the 22nd, and I really like this spread. In fact, I do plan on doing something similar before the year ends, because this was really fun. I went for like a middle decoration, kept all my decoration in the middle, and it was like a kind of like a junk journal feel, but this was for the week of Juneteenth. So I have my beautiful black girls, and then I have Black Girls Unite, because this is from the Amazon sticker book, and they only had one letter of, or one each. Come on, Kiara, get it together. There was only one of each letter, so I had to struggle to try to figure out like what quote I want to use, because I know you see two eyes, but this eye is actually an imposter eye. I actually cut a J, it was a lowercase j, and I made it look like that eye. So yeah, it was kind of hard to come up with a quote that, like, you know, gave power to Black people, when there was only one of each letter. So I think I did good though. I think that was like the best that I could come up with at that time. So I am happy with that. Of course, we have like my health tracker down here, which is really nice. This is a very like clean spread to me. Honestly, I really have to do this again because it's really easy for me to see what's going on here. I have these big black dots to mark the YouTube videos that I plan to get up. I had a little space for to-dos that week, and then I can see my like my health planner as well. So this was very nice. I do like this spread. This is why I like to practice different spreads in my Hobonichi cousin, because then I can figure out what I like. So I suggest you do the same. But also, if you just like to use it how it's supposed to be used, that's very logical as well, okay? You do you. I know a lot of people that don't like to decorate their Hobonichi cousin, and that's fine too. Like, you gotta do what works for you. If you think it's obnoxious to draw and highlight and sticker everything in your planner, then just don't do it, bro. It's that easy. Do what works for you. Me personally, I need all the color and the stickers because that is what entices me to actually be in my planner. It may be childish, but it's true, and I'm more productive when I use a planner, and I only use a planner if I think it's pretty. So this is what works for me. But again, you do you, bro. So for June 23, or June 23rd through June 29th, we're using a Happy Planner book. This was, I think, their Pastel Tropics. We did like a, what is this kind of spread called? A dashboard layout. I always do love my dashboard layouts too, so I'm not mad at it either. These always make me happy. This is a lot of color here, but you know, it's still cool. It's still cool. I think it's pretty. And again, this is a very like happy spread. So I'm okay with it. And then I do just want to show you June 30th because it is part of June. We can talk more about this in the next planner flip through, seeing as this is going into July now. And so we have switched themes, but I just wanted to show you that really quickly. All right, let's go into the daily section. All right, daily section. Usually I give y'all like a little warning, but I think y'all should know now. It's whatever. You can feel however you want to feel when it comes to my title pages. I just draw what's happening that month, or what happened that month, I should say. So we can discuss really quickly like the big things that happened for June, or that was like all over my timeline. Starting with Trump and Elon. It's just like, take me out the group chat, please. I don't even have a Twitter, and it's just like, how do I know about y'all little spat? I don't want to know about y'all little spat. So it's just like, just somebody, please take me out the group chat. So, and they just, I don't know, they're funny. That's the best way I can put it. They're funny. Moving forward, the Nintendo Switch came out, so I drew someone playing the Nintendo Switch. Not the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch 2. Yes, because this is the second one. I did not get one because I think it's overpriced. Will my kids probably convince me to get one for Christmas? Possibly. But it ain't happening right now. This is Rumi from K-pop Demon Hunters. Obviously, like if you have kids, you know about K-pop Demon Hunters. So it's a good show though, a good movie I should say. I already know that they're gonna try to milk it somehow because it's gotten way too popular, which is a good thing. You know, I can tell that they put a lot of love, a lot of effort into it. So I'm not mad at that. I just know more is to come because it got a lot of love. Like the music was banging. I'm not gonna lie, I still have the songs in my head. So, you know, they did that. They did that. You got to give props where props are due. So that's why Rumi is in the middle here. Obviously, she's like the main character, the protagonist, if you will. And then I just hand lettered Love Island. As you can see, my lettering is a little shaky because my planner has gotten so thick, you know? And so when I was using the pen, you know, sometimes there's like stickers or something under it, and you know, you got some wonky letters, but it looks close enough to the to the whatchamacallit, the logo of Love Island. I did not watch the Love Island series. Again, it's just all over my timeline. Everyone was talking about it. I couldn't do it to myself. I didn't want to watch. I didn't want to watch more like toxic love. You know, I'm kind of over that right now. If I do watch toxic love, I want it to be in anime. And that's only because it's also got like other side stories. You know what I'm saying? Like with anime, you're not gonna get just toxic love, if the story is even about toxic love, because if you watch anime, then you know most times the story is about the power of real love and the power of real friendship. So they be going through some toxic stuff, but through love, they get through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of story that I prefer. However, even in some animes, if there are like topics of toxic love, there's also like subtopics. So that's what I prefer to watch. But again, it was everywhere, so I felt like it had to be included on my June title page, even if I did not watch it. I really like the composition of this title page. I love like the three faces here. It really brings your eye out. What I think I could have improved on was maybe darken the line around the Switch and Rumi a little bit more, because with her braid and their suits, and like it kind of gets blurry here. So to like make them or make her stand out a little bit more, to push her forward and to push these two people back, I would deepen the line, thicken the line here, so she gets pushed out forward and they get pushed back a little bit. And oh, sorry if you hear my neighbors, sounds like they're up. My neighbors being the birds. You know, the crazy thing is, I used to not like having the birds as my neighbors. And I don't want to sound like, you know, I don't like animals, because that's definitely not true. It's just that they wake up so early, y'all. And when they're up, they wake me up. So that was the only problem. But, you know, I've gotten so much used to them, and I be beating them up now. Beating them up, that sounded terrible. Meaning I get up earlier before them now, and so I'm usually up before they start cackling. So it's no big whoop. But anyways, now we can get into the actual daily section after the yap session. You guys know I gotta have a little yap session. So for this page, I had an extra page because y'all know, if you're new here, hi, how are you again? If you don't know, I like to, first off, I use the same stickers that I used in the weekly section in my daily section, so I can easily see which week I'm on just based off the stickers alone. And then two, I basically like skip pages, rip out pages, all that kind of stuff, depending on what look I'm going for. So sometimes I have extra pages, and for this extra page that I have, I decided to do like a currently page, but it's like a currently just for that specific week. And I like how it looked. We did go to Cheddar, so I put their little business card here. I was watching Gentry Child. That's a little cartoon on Netflix. My kids loved it. I was reading That's Not My Name. It's a decent book. And I was making shark stickers. Now I know you're like, you're making shark stickers, then where are they? It did not turn out how I wanted them to turn out. But I am like working on them, trying to make them look a little bit better. So we'll see. Anybody who is in like a creative space, then you know that failure is kind of part of the process. So I'm not mad about it. It's just I'm still working on it. And then it's like weird though, because I have to like try not to be a perfectionist about it in order for me to actually get it done. Otherwise, it'll never be done because I always find something that I can fix. So it's that weird balance. But balance is my word of the year. So I am trying to balance everything. Anyways, let's actually get into the week. So this week, as you can see, this is what I'm talking about when I cut things. I make Dutch doors, waterfall tabs, all that in my Hobonichi. So yeah, this is so cute. This is like me in my prime. Like this is what I like to see in my Hobonichi cousin. It's very colorful, yet you can tell that I use it. I love it. Here I wrote down the first line in the book that I was reading that week. And then I wrote about a bug that came in my house. I can't stand that. Like, you don't pay any bills, yet you coming into my house. I don't like that. And then I have watched Wild Robot. That was the first time I watched it. Had me in tears. If one more movie / cartoon / anime makes me cry over a robot, we gonna have some problems. Like, cause I cannot believe how much I was crying over that movie. Like, maybe it's a me thing. Maybe it's a me problem. I'm a crybaby, you guys. I really am. But it's crazy because, like, I don't really cry in front of people. In fact, most people, like, I am like the jokester of the group. So most people don't really think I get sad, which is crazy because, like, I be getting sad. But when I'm in my alone space, especially if I'm watching a good show like that was well written, and can we talk about the score in that movie? Oh my god! So it's like, yeah, I'd be crying. Yeah, nothing really to talk about these days. These days are pretty boring. Took the kids to their sports, so I wrote about that. But I just love how these pages look. They just make my soul happy. They really do. Moving forward. This is the next week. Small favor. Oh, I gave that 2 stars. Well, I watched 1 and 2. Yeah, it wasn't that good of a movie, but it's whatever. And this is what I like seeing in my Hobonichi. Like, I can tell when 1 week ends and 1 week starts, because it's clearly 2 different themes. And I like seeing that stark contrast because, again, I can tell we're moving into a new week. And it's just, I don't know, the way that I work in my Hobonichi cousin is just, mwah, chef's kiss for me, the way that my mind works, okay? It's chef's kiss for the way my mind works. I know I actually have a friend who I got into planning, but she plans minimalistically. She only uses like highlighters and pens, and her planner looks so good too, but it's completely different. And she told me that my planner is overstimulating, and I get that. I understand why she would think that. So again, you just have to do what works best for you. Yeah, I just wrote that because there was this blank space here that I didn't like, but I feel like I hate this more, so I would have preferred just leaving that blank, to be honest. But I do like this border around here. That is so pretty. Gonna have to do that again. And also, if you have a Hobonichi and you do use stickers, you're one of us crazy ones that use stickers, A good way to like fill up the pages if you don't want to write a lot is to do this border here. It'll cover up a lot of space and you'll still have space to write, but it won't be, you know, as much. And let's see, where did I get this from? Making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. I don't know where I got that from, but as you can see, I ripped it from something, and that's a lot what I do in my planner as well. I will take things that I find and glue it in here, and we'll get to that. We'll get to this because that's just something that I do. Moving forward, another week. This is from a new crystal seller that I was trying, and I got their business card, and then I just wrote about an anime that I watched and wrote some more stuff about what happened that week. So again, this this planner gets thick, okay, because I do things like that, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love, love, love a lived-in planner. Let's see. All right, now as you can tell, stark contrast, we're moving into another week. This week was the week of Juneteenth. We did like this wild safari theme, and I just love how everything looks. This is so clean to me. This is as clean as it gets for my style of planning, okay? It don't get cleaner than this, but I like it. It's really pretty to me, and as you can see, yeah, there's still a lot of space to write. There's plenty of words down. I think I think there's plenty of words down. This was the day of Juneteenth. Unfortunately, unlike last year where I got to really celebrate, this year I did not get to celebrate because I had to work, but you know, it'd be like that, so it is what it is. It's still very pretty layout. I really do like this, and if you don't know, like, I love a neutral color palette, so this makes me happy. Like the blacks, the browns, the earthiness of it all. I love it. Watched Elio, so forgettable, so forgettable. The crazy thing is I had high hopes for it. It was an original story, so forgettable. And I think this was around the time that, whatchamacallit came out. K-pop Demon Hunters came out. So it's like everybody watched K-pop Demon Hunters, and this movie, it got like buried under that. So it sucks because, you know, it was trying to be like something different. Unlike a lot of the Disney movies where they just take a very good movie and then they water it down to some weird live action. I appreciate that they had a whole different story, but it was just so forgettable for me. It was. And moving forward, speaking of forgettable, had a forgettable day, so I just wrote like basically nothing happened, but it is what it is. As you can see, we have a bit of a mess here, but I wanted to keep this. So basically what happened is my mom went to Japan and she brought back like a bunch of stuff for us, but one of the things that she brought back was like Japanese treats, and one of the treats that she brought back were just like a bunch of different Japanese Kit Kats. So I just wanted to document some of the things I had. This was a Japanese treat. This was my favorite thing that she brought back. It was like a matcha strawberry with chocolate. It was, oh my God, it was so good. Because, and then it was crazy because you kind of had to like make it yourself. So essentially you take the truffle strawberry and you put it in a bag, and then it had like the matcha powder, and you pour that in a bag, and then you shake it, and then you had like this green strawberry, and when you first bite into it, it's like kind of like bitter because it's the matcha. So it was, oh my God, it was just like a roller coaster of flavor because it was bitter from the matcha, but then it was like sweet from the strawberry. Then you had like this thick like chocolate. It was so good. That's my kind of treat. Like in fact, if you don't like matcha, because I love matcha, but if you don't like matcha, you're not gonna like this. But it was definitely my kind of treat. So Then, can you see this? So up here, yeah, it's a mess. Shh. We're listening, we don't judge, okay? Shush, shush, shush. Don't. I know it's a problem, okay? I just rushed it, and next time we'll do better. But I took some pictures from the bags of the Kit Kats, and I pasted that here. And then, as you can see, I have the Kit Kat logo here. And we have some of the things, the different Kit Kats that we tasted, which were the strawberry and the matcha. Yeah, they had the matcha flavored Kit Kat too, and that one was pretty good too. And so I posted that here. And then, so you take this string, right? But then I did it wrong, you guys, and I kind of like fussed at myself for this. But it's upside down. I meant to do it, paste everything down the correct way, but it is what it is. So this is like all the other flavors we had. There was like a blueberry cheesecake, an Oreo flavor. Of course, there was green tea matcha. There was a banana flavor. So these, I don't know if you can see the banana. It looks like an eggplant. That's a thick banana. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but is that not a thick banana? It got a little bow on it too. Like, who are you trying to be cute for? I personally did not like the banana flavor. But I don't like banana flavored anything really. So I feel like that's biased of me. But yeah, it tasted artificial. I do like a good banana pudding, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't like bananas in my banana pudding. So I know that's so goofy, but yeah, I do like banana-free banana pudding, but most times I don't like banana. I just don't like the texture. Like, why would you want that in your mouth? And then, and then I don't like the flavor too much either. So I'll pass on the bananas, but I did like document all the different Kit Kat flavors that we had. Obviously, my favorite was the matcha one. Least favorite was the banana. The golden one tasted like toffee. That was pretty decent, but very sweet. This little thing here is from a shoe that my mom got me. I guess she said it's popular in Japan. No. This is from the shoe. Or maybe they're both. No, this is a tag from a shirt that she got me. And I just liked it because it had all the Japanese characters and it showed like the Japanese money. I thought that was cute. And then I pasted on top of that the tag from the shoes that she got me from Japan. And then I have another little Kit Kat picture. This is just a crane. And that's basically it. Yeah, just I had an extra page, so that's what I decided to do with it. Make a mess of things. Moving on. And the crazy thing is, y'all saw that this thing was closed. So even with this thickness that I have pasted all into this, I was still able to close my Hobonichi. So I was surprised. But yeah, moving forward, the last little week I think we have of June. This is from the Happy Planner book. This was so funny. I did show you guys how I made this. It was a struggle, but we got her done, okay? It was a struggle, but we got her done. And then moving forward, yeah, more journaling, as you can see. I love to mix like different kind of lettering to bring some interest. Sometimes I'll highlight every other line to bring some interest. And then I did do a quote from K-Pop Demon Hunters, and then I wrote about K-Pop Demon Hunters. This was from my favorite song from that movie, but it's such a brilliant line. I broke into a million pieces and I can't go back, but now I'm seeing all the beauty in the broken glass. The scars are part of me, darkness and harmony. My voice without the lies, this is what it sounds like. A part of you, or like partly you have to watch the movie to completely understand it, but also I feel like you can understand it without watching the movie. It was just well written. That's what I'm saying. I can see why people were talking about it, why it was such a big thing. So I ain't mad at it. It was definitely well written. Trying to bring everything back. Okay. There we go. And moving forward. Oh, I got some sticky notes here. I guess that's for my eyes only. I usually try not to write super personal things because I do have a planner that I do write super personal things in that does not go on YouTube. But sometimes you just got to get it out. And I guess I just decided to get it out that day. And it is what it is. And this is the last page, like the golden quote. Well, there's a gold and a silver quote. I really don't like mixing metals, but for some reason I'm not bothered too much about this, so that's fine. And as you can see, I got to draw my July title page, and then I'll have my I can't talk today. Then I'll have my July flip through ready for you guys, because I'm already done with the month of July. I just never drew on the title page, so I'll have to draw something here. I have a sticky note with some of the big things that I saw for the month of July. And yeah, so this is how that week turned out. Of course, we're moving into a different theme, and what's it gonna say? I don't know. Oh, this is the last day of July, so that's the only reason why I'm letting y'all see this theme. But yeah, that is basically, I said this is the last theme of July. This is the last day of June, and the rest is going into July. We gotta wrap her up because obviously I need to go back to bed. But that is basically it, you guys. If you like this video, feel free to like this video. If you dislike the video, feel free to dislike the video. It's whatever, bro. I hope you stay safe and you stay creative. And I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? All right. And if you're wondering why I did everything with my left hand, it's because don't judge me, okay? I am in the middle of taking off all my nails and starting a new set because, as you can see, they're grown out pretty badly, so it's time to restart. So I forgot I had to get this up for you guys while I was in the middle of taking off my nails. So we're gonna go ahead and finish taking off my nails now that I filmed this video. But that's basically it, you guys. I hope you have a great day today, no matter what day you're watching this video on. And I'll see you in the next one, all right? All right. Bye.